you're a professional?
Are you?
That's it, Clark. Show him who's boss.
Oh, we're all in this together.
Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? Welcome back to the Clark Griswold YouTube channel. I am Mr. Clark Griswold. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you guys being here. If you are new to the channel, new to the Strat, are struggling in trading, we are about to change the way that you guys trade in the stock market. In order to do that, first off, go down below, click that subscribe button, and then hit that bell. That bell gives you the notifications. It notifies you for when I send out videos just like this one every single day. This is a review video on our watch list, how we traded two different plays. I traded CCL. Another one of my followers mentioned Amazon. One was way cleaner than the other, and I'll tell you right now, it wasn't mine that was way cleaner. It was his. Okay? So I put videos out like this for you guys every single day. I send out watch list videos every day. I send out top 5 watch list videos every day. That's my top 5 plays of the day. I send out weekly swings, monthly swings. I've got over 200 plus learning videos just for you guys, okay? So you can go check those out if you need to learn how to trade in the stock market. You're struggling with the strat, you're struggling with trading, go learn this stuff, okay? Go watch those videos. I've got a learning tool playlist. I've got a beginner's playlist, okay? Multiple different facets to teach you guys this stuff. And it is by far the simplest way you guys will learn how to trade. I promise you that. There isn't an easier way, okay? So you can also follow me on Twitter at Mr. Clark Griswold. You can DM me there. You can comment there. I get back to you guys the same day, okay? If you have questions, doesn't matter if you think they're dumb or silly, ask them, okay? I'll help you guys out. I will do what I can to help you guys out. I love making these videos. I don't know what to say. I really love and I really enjoy making these for you guys. And I'm glad you guys are enjoying them and getting information out of it and learning off of it. I get comments and DMs daily from you guys. So thank you. Thank you for those comments. Thank you for letting me know that you guys are doing so great. I love to hear that. This content that I put out is free, and I want to keep it that way. In order for us to keep it free, and I know it sucks, and I know you guys don't want to do it, and it's a habit to just skip over those little 15 or 30-second ads. Let them play through, watch them. That allows the advertisers to pay for your guys' education here, okay? It keeps these videos free. You watch those videos, the advertisers pay to keep this stuff free. You guys keep your money in your pockets and in the stock market, and we are good. Okay? So let's get started on this list, on these two trades. The first one I had was CCL. I gave you guys this setup on the watch list for June 28th. We had an inside bar. I gave you the triggers. I gave you the targets. Look at this. We triggered target 1, target 2. Okay? Perfect trade. Actually, not a perfect trade. It was a little bit tough. Okay? So let's go down to the 5-minute chart and see how this thing played out. And guys, you don't have to trade this way. I mean, I like watching that trigger off of the daily, and then I like going down to the 5 and watching for that reversal and seeing where I can get out of this trade with a good amount of profit. And it doesn't always work. Some guys like to use that 15 and 30, and that's fine. That works too, but this is what I use. And I'll flip between the 1, 3, 5, and 15 just to see where everything is going. I'm constantly moving back and forth between those just to see how things are setting up. Okay? So on this trade, CCL, Carnival Cruise Lines, or Carnival Corporation, whatever you want to call it, we had this first bar, outside bar. We opened here. We came all the way up, and we hit our first target. That's where I took my first profit, 21% from here to here. Okay? Oh, sorry, that's not where I took my first profit. Came up, triggered, and came back down. I didn't take profit here. I probably should have. I didn't. Then it came back down, okay? We closed below our trigger line. Now, right here, I'm at a loss. It's not a big loss, but I'm at a loss. We're probably about 5-6% loss right about there, okay? But there was no sign of a reversal for me, so I wasn't out. Then this next candle opens up here. We come up through the trigger. It triggered this, or through the target. It targeted the second time. This purple line right here, guys, I marked it out. That's where I took my first profit, and that was at 21%. Because if it came back down again, I wanted to make sure that I had some profit out of this trade and it wasn't worthless to me, okay? So we came back up through the second bar, and these first two bars is what made this trade a little bit difficult because we trended up, and a lot of times what happens is we hit this first target and it comes back down and we never see that again in that day. Okay, so we came down, I waited. If we would have got into that 10-15% loss range, again, I would have been out of that trade. And that would have been somewhere in this range right here. We were close. We came down and started to trend back up. We were close to that 15% marker. Okay, so then we blow through the first target again. Again, like I said, I took my first profit, sold half. Half of my contracts got sold right at this purple line. Okay, and then this green line, your first target, can now become your stop loss. Okay, you've moved your stop losses up. So what happens? We trend up and we hit second targets. Should I have taken profit there? I could have. I didn't. So then we come on to the fourth 5-minute bar and we come back down. There was no reversal here yet. We were still a 2 up, and we did not hit our stop loss that we had here, which would have been the reversal, or here. Okay, so you could have had your stop loss at the bottom of this candle or at this green line, your first target. Didn't happen. Then we had this inside bar and we tagged again. This, guys, right here, when we tagged that second target for the third time, that's where I finally took my profit. We bumped once, we bumped twice, we bumped 3 times, and I thought this, at this point here, this was 40%. Okay, so I took 21 here, and I think this was 40 or 42 maybe. So a 31% gain on this trade, and I'm good. And this was at 750 in that range, 750 to 755. I leave to take my kids to school just after 8. 30% in the first 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 minutes. I will take that all day long. Okay? And realistically, it wouldn't have mattered because I either would have been out of this trade here, which I probably wouldn't have. I probably would have tried and waited a little longer. And then we came back through this stop loss here, this trigger, or this target, this first target. And that is eventually where I would have probably sold out, to be honest. So this was still a really good trade, even if this is all you took for targets or for profit here at 20%. 20% over a week, over 5 days, guys, is 100%. Okay? It's 100% gain. And that's not full porting. That's saying, you know, if you were putting in $1,000 per trade, you're making $200 per trade for 5 days. It's $1,000. You doubled your money in a week. Okay, $1,000 a week. It's easy to do. I shouldn't say it's easy to do. It takes a lot of skill. And as I talked to one of my Twitter followers, we're going to move on to the next trade here. I'll show you what it was. It was Amazon, and he said I have to stop looking at percentages and start looking at the reversals. Okay, and it's psychology, and it's a mind fudge. And when you're in a trade, actually trading versus just paper trading, it's a whole different world because your emotions start coming into play on this stuff, okay? And when your emotions come into play, your mind starts playing games on you. And you're like, man, I better just get out. You get nervous, and that's just either a confidence thing or you've got too much money. You're trading with too much money, okay? So either way, the more you do this, the easier it will become. So this was the Amazon trade. This was also on our watch list. We had a 2 up, finished red. Our time frame continuity was all to the downside, which is great. We love to see that. This was our trigger at 112.70. Okay, let's go see what happened. We hop to the 5. And I got to say, the guy who did this, he's been following me for a long time, the guy who called this out. And he's growing, man. I think he told me his portfolio was up 67% this month. So I don't know any broker who will get you 67% in a month. So good job to him. Happy for him. I'm glad he's learning. I'm glad he's coming along. I'm not going to mention his name, but he has been with me right from the very start. So let's go take a look at this trade. So this, where are we here? This outside bar was our opening bar of the day. Okay, I will zoom in so we have a little bit clearer. That's one of the things I don't, on a lot of people's YouTube videos, I wish they would zoom in a little bit more so we get a little bit clearer view of what they're looking at. And that's partially the reason why I do that, for you guys to really get an idea and see how we're doing this. Okay, so Amazon 5-minute chart. This was the opening bar. So we went 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. In the 40th minute, that's where we broke our trigger. And we didn't have to look back. This is why this trade, guys, was a clean trade. There was no reversals. There was no reason for you to get out of this trade anywhere. We didn't come back through a stop loss. And here's what I mean. So we triggered off of the yellow line that we gave you on the watch list video. We didn't come back up past through that. So you could have made this your stop loss and you would have been in this trade all day. Okay, so we come down through our first bar, and I don't know what options were on this because I didn't play it. Okay, I wish I would have, but I didn't. Well, I'll show you how I would have traded this and where it would have gone. Okay, so we break the inside bar, or the trigger bar, to the downside for puts. Then our next 5-minute candle was this inside bar right here, and then we just continued to trend down. And nowhere on this chart, unless it was right here. So the high here was 111.84, 111.88. So this actually right here could have been your first sign of a reversal, but we only came up 4 cents past here. Okay, if you can see what I mean. So from anytime there's a reversal, we can possibly look at getting out of a trade. Okay, this I wouldn't have done. We came up 4 cents. If we were up in this range here, I probably would have been out of this trade. Okay, but we continue to trend down through here, and this purple line, I know they're usually green, this purple line was our first target, and we ripped right through that thing. So now you can make this purple line your target, or your stop loss. Okay, and then we have an inside bar, then we have an inside bar, then we go 2 down again, then we go 2 down again, and then here was your first real sign of reversal. And that's what I mean. So we came way up past, not way up, but a heck of a lot more than 4 cents. So 110.73 up to 110.88. Okay, so it was more than that 4 cents, and this could have been your first spot you could have got out of. I'm not sure where he got out. Maybe it was here. Maybe it was a little higher because he got nervous. I don't know. But this would have been your first spot. Now, I'm going to show you something that's not really part of the strat. It's something that I use when I'm this far down into a play. So if this is trended down for this long, so that's over $2 that we've gained on this, and an option play, that's huge. So if we're already down this far and I've made that much profit, this profit in here is probably 60 plus %, I'm guessing, on this Amazon play. So if we're that far down, this is what I start watching. And this is a 9 EMA line. Okay? And I start looking for instead of looking for a reversal here, I start looking for a candle to close above this 9 EMA. And what we've got here, and I don't know if I can draw this, but I believe this is what they call a triangle day out. Okay? Up. Down. There's your triangle. Boom, boom, gone. Okay, so I'll delete those. I wouldn't have, if this, again, I didn't trade this, but if it was me and I was still down this far, which I likely would have been, I would start following this 9 EMA. And if any one of these candles closed above this 9 EMA, that's where I would get out. Okay, so we can look from here, and we just followed. We broke through it, but we didn't close above it. We broke through it, but we didn't close above it. And then we just continued to trend down, down, down. Oh my goodness, this would have been a ridiculously good trade. If anybody was in on this trade, let me know what you guys earned on this, because this would have been a crazy trade. So now look, so now we finally hit that second target. Now, if you want to take profits here again, this would have been a really good spot to take it, because you're already down, you know, this stock is down almost 5%. And for Amazon to move 5%, it's a lot of money, and I don't know if it's going to move that much more within that day. Okay, so I would be looking at taking the majority of my profit here, because we're already down 5% on the day. Okay, and then you can leave some runners on in case it goes down lower. So again, this bar right here, we close above the 9 EMA, I'm out right there. That's my final stop loss for me. That's where I would have been out of the trade. Okay, and did it trend down a little bit lower? It sure did. Came down through that target all the way down to here, and that's fine. Don't look back on your trades, guys. And this is the guy who traded this and tweeted out to me. I told him, I said, you can't look back on your trades. Go look back to see what you did wrong, and then don't look back on it, because it'll eat away at you and eat away at you. I'm running out of my time here. That's the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you're following me on Twitter. Subscribe down below. Good luck trading on the next day, and we will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.